Hi everyone, it's Queenie. Social media can be awesome in many ways, but in this COVID-19 pandemic, social media is also a source of a lot of misinformation to the general public about this virus. Of course, this virus is very new. Things are constantly changing and happening very fast, so there's always new information coming up and updates as scientists study more and learn more about the virus. In this video, I will be stating a few very common myths and facts that I hear about relating to the COVID-19 virus up until this point. I've tried to do my research and critically evaluate the content that I post here in this video, but in the end, as new information comes up, things may change. So make sure to always check with your own country's public health authorities and follow their rules and recommendations. Let's get started. Myth: this virus targets certain races or ethnicities. Fact: this virus can make anyone sick regardless of his or her race or ethnicity. How you and I can respond: say no to racism. This is a tough time for us all, and instead of standing against one another, fighting, pointing fingers at each other, blaming each other, now is the time not to do that. Every day it's about, how many new infections and deaths there are worldwide. We should be cooperating, problem solving, and supporting one another to keep everyone in this world healthy and safe. Myth: this virus targets older adults and people of any age who have serious underlying medical conditions. It's common for me to hear people say, it's okay if I get the virus, I'll get immunity. It's not that scary. I don't think I will die from this virus. Fact: there are growing cases of younger adults who are seriously ill from this virus and need to be either hospitalized, ventilated, or are dying from it. And these are people ranging from their 20s to their 50s. This is likely because the pandemic is still growing and simply more people are becoming sick from it. Also, we just don't have enough data points for this virus because it's so new. And the truth is, any age could become seriously ill. And of course, if you are older and have an underlying medical condition, you're even more vulnerable. Even if you are not afraid of becoming ill, or you did not severely become ill with this virus, you could still infect other people who are weaker, and those people can die from it. How you and I can respond: every age group should be cautious and taking this pandemic seriously. Everyone should take precautions and protective measures like proper hand hygiene, using soap and water for 20 seconds, scrubbing all hand surface areas, proper coughing, sneezing, using a tissue, throwing it into a garbage. If you don't have a tissue, sneezing or coughing into your sleeve, but make sure not to touch things with your sleeve or touch your sleeve later, and making sure to wash your clothes. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, mouth, hair with dirty hands. I've changed my hair touching habit, as you can probably tell. Staying at home if you're experiencing any symptoms of illness, including but not limited to coughing, sore throat, headache, muscle aches, fatigue, runny nose, new joint pain, nausea, diarrhea, or stomach pains. Self-isolate if you're returning from any traveling outside of your own country, because literally almost every country has COVID-19 cases now. Self-isolate if you have been in contact with someone with COVID-19 or suspected to have COVID-19. Wearing personal protective equipment if accessible, like face masks, gloves, using hand sanitizer, etc. Practice social distancing, no high fives, handshakes, hugs, kisses. Disinfect surfaces that are commonly touched. So these include the counters or kitchen counters at home, door handles, smartphones, including the case of your smartphone. You should take it off, disinfect and sanitize that, and also your phone, laptops, etc. Myth: there is no value in using face masks. I have quite a bit to say with this point because there's been quite a lot of controversy. I hear a lot of different things about this one. The fact is that a sick person wearing a mask is best because it captures any droplets or anything coming out of that infected person from spreading outwards. Another fact is this virus has a very long incubation period, meaning you can be carrying this virus and be infectious without any symptoms or without feeling sick for a long time. but you can still pass it on to other people. Observing some countries or cities more successful with containing this virus or flattening the curve, as we hear very often. I've been looking into Hong Kong, Taiwan, Singapore. Everyone wears a mask leaving home in those areas. I personally think it's a good idea because fact number one, the pandemic is growing. Fact number two, there's a long incubation period. So if we assume that a lot of people could potentially be infectious or become sick, then if everyone wears a mask, we could limit the chances of potentially carrying the virus, not feeling sick yet, then spreading it around the community. Another fact is that it's very hard to purchase masks now in Canada, where I live. And even if you do find masks, they're very expensive or you don't know if they're actually legit masks. Also, frontline healthcare workers need to wear masks and protective equipment to protect themselves and patients. So this week I heard that there's manufacturers from other industries that are now changing what they normally produce and mass producing hand sanitizers, which is amazing because we really need that. And hopefully manufacturers are able to realize the value in face masks as well and ramp up the production to match the demands, because masks being unavailable doesn't mean that they're not valuable. How you and I can respond. If accessible, because realistically I know that not everyone can access or purchase a mask right now. If accessible, wear a mask when you go outdoors or when you interact with other people, assuming that you may potentially be carrying the virus or another person may potentially be carrying the virus but not feel sick. And check the quality of the masks, because there are fake or poor quality masks sold right now. And remember not to hog everything even if you have access, because remember, frontline medical workers need protective equipment to keep the entire population healthy. If they fall sick, no one can help heal the sick. And whether you have a mask or not, practicing social distancing and all of the precautions and protective measures that I mentioned earlier are very, very, very important. Myth: the pandemic will get better when the weather becomes warmer. Fact: the COVID-19 virus can be transmitted in all areas, including places with hot and humid weather. So we are in March right now, and it seems like this is just the beginning. So it will be a long fight, and we will need to prepare our hearts for it. How you and I can respond. Regardless of where we live and the weather, take all necessary precautions and protective measures. Now, I know everything sounds very intense and severe, and a lot of us feel a lot of uncertainty and fear, but if we can all receive the correct information and critically consume media content and news content, we can then all act responsibly and appropriately, taking the proper precautions and protective measures, and that can do a lot to slow down infection rates and save a lot of lives, and hopefully stop this pandemic. So I've only covered a few of the common myths relating to the COVID-19 virus. If you want to learn more, the WHO website does have a page on COVID-19 Mythbusters that you can check out. I'll put the link below. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. If you know someone who is interested in learning more about the virus, definitely share this video with him or her. If you're watching this video on Instagram's IGTV, remember to give it a heart and follow for new updates on videos coming up each week. If you're watching this video on YouTube, remember to give it a like if you found this video helpful, and subscribe to the channel for updates on new videos each week. Hit the bell for notifications on new videos coming up very soon. Connect with me on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter at QueeniePhysio. Check out my website, queeniephysio.com, and I'll see you very soon. Take care for now. Bye-bye.